Welcome back to another episode of Last One y Nos Vamos.
Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode, mi gente.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Margarita. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram at your favorite Margarita.
And you can find me at Last One y Nos Vamos, a rootless clothing brand.
Welcome back, guys. Like I said, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. No, pero qué calor, Lenchito. Qué calor.
Me gusta a mí la calor.
I don't. Like I said, I like the heat, but as long as I'm by the pool, by the beach, trying to get cool, just to cool off a little bit.
You're in the wrong area, my lady.
I know.
You're in SB.
So right now I'm missing Cancun. I'm missing the beaches out there. ¿A cuándo me vas a llevar to another trip, Lenchito?
Cuando te quitas ese cosita que tienes en la throat.
I know. You know what? And it's so funny because when we went to every single time that we would go to Mexico or we would travel, you would get sick. And now I think the tables have turned. No. Yes. There was always something going on.
But because I wasn't taking care of something. That's the difference.
Yes. Well, I consider that sick because you're not 100%. But me, these last two? These last, what? I want to say, these last two trips to Cancun. To Cancun at least. To like a really big trip.
Why are you trying to show off here with the audience?
No, I'm not showing off. No. Because for me, I feel like Cancun is like a really big trip because it's like we get like the all-inclusive. Oh, me showing off. We get like the all-inclusive, which by the way, guys, if you want a vacation for me, at least for me, I'm a big advocate, I guess, for all-inclusive because like for me, like that's a real vacation for me because you get all your drinks included, your food is included. Well, it's already pretty much paid for. So I highly recommend that.
True, but I would say still you got to plan some things out because, para comerte todo the American food that you get out there still, como que no. And at the same time, you got to do research because David was telling me that when they did it, like their bar would close around 11 or 12, igual como en Puerto Vallarta, remember? Or Barcelona.
Well, that's what they do, remember? Because only the sports bar, well, at least the one that we go to, the sports bar is the one that's open 24 hours.
Correct.
And all the other ones close at a certain time.
So if they don't have a sports bar, ya te chingastes.
Well, lo que iba, about me getting sick, like our last two Cancun trips. One, I got my period, TMI. But the other one, we're all adults here, Lenchito. We're all adults here. And the second one, I got a cold. I did have a cold. It was pretty bad. Fever, cough, chills, the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was happy. I was happy to freaking board home, get on that plane and go home and get better over here.
Yeah, and then I got sick. Okay.
And then you got sick?
Thanks.
Really? I got you sick? I don't remember that. Well, it's been such a long time already. You forgive me?
No.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't get sick this time, though.
I know. I'm glad. And you know what?
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
I still got to get through this weekend coming up. Guys, if you see us, we're going to be in San Diego.
I'm so excited.
Traveling to San Diego.
Well, going back to that, like I'm excited. I'm so happy that you've been able to enjoy our vacations. Bien relax, sin nada que preocuparte. Because, aside from taking care of me, right? But no, you actually didn't because I was able to take care of myself.
No, because I was in vacation mode.
Yes, I know. It's amazing. That's what I love, that you're actually able to enjoy it. But another one that I was talking about, like our trip and whatever, me estaba acordando, I saw this TikTok that flight attendants, okay, so when you're boarding the plane, the flight attendants is standing by the entrance and they're greeting everyone?
Yeah, they're so nice and greeting me. They tell me, welcome in, sir. Have a great trip.
Okay, so I don't know if you knew, but yes, they're greeting you or whatever, making you feel welcome, but that's not the only reason why they're standing by that door.
Okay, to smack people on the back of their heads or what?
like get in. Get it together.
When we land, please do not stand up. Wait until you get to your line of the seat.
No, so they're actually
the seat, guys.
Yes, so sit your butt down. And I'll say that right now. But what they're doing, they're actually analyzing you as you're coming in. They're trying to make sure that you are good enough to board their plane. So they call it the what is it? ABP. So the able-bodied person.
Dale, I thought they were going to be freaking looking up and down. Este va a tomar 2 drinks. Este va a tomar 3 drinks. But I guess
money,
not, huh?
tips. No. That's another thing. Okay, so I'm like all over the place. So, right. So, yeah. So they're pretty much just analyzing you, making sure that you're like either maybe if you're not sick, if you're too sick to board the plane, or if you're too drunk. Like imagine people that are leaving from Vegas. Like how many people they have to like, okay, sorry, you can't go. La cruda realidad. Eh? Okay. Well, anyways, but yeah, that's something that they're doing. They're analyzing. Y luego también ahorita que dije tips. They're not allowed to take tips from you.
No, because they don't have any system that says tips.
No, but I mean, either way, like let's say if you have cash in your hand and you try to tip them, you can't tip them.
I've never heard of tipping a flight attendant, so
neither have I. But it's usually common, like because they're like your servers, right? So
they're already basically getting it from your flight ticket, so
true, yeah. Well, I mean, and you know how it gives you the breakdown? It doesn't say tips for your flight attendant.
No, but you're paying for that service. I mean, I would say that'd be included on that ticket.
Mm-hmm. The service that you're paying for is to fly,
and for the gas.
And for the gas.
Because it does say gas.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, and then the security fee también.
Okay.
All of this breakdown, man. After all of those fees, that's like a whole other plane ticket.
Okay, well, before we move on, because I went all over the place just like you. So should flight attendants be tipped?
Should they be tipped? I think so. I think that they should be tipped. Why do you ask?
Reasons why.
Reasons why? Now you're asking me why they should be tipped?
You basically said they should get tips, so tell me why.
Well, because I see them like servers, they're walking around with the little cart, they're walking around with the trash can. Of course, it's part of their job, but they're still providing a service. They're not, I mean, sometimes they do prepare stuff for you. They give you a little maruchan in the cup and they pour water in it.
Para que me queme yo.
I get. Do you want to tell them the story?
No, you guys got to go back to some other episodes and find out why.
Oh, it was so funny. Well, it wasn't funny at the moment because I was
she was
worried.
Laughing at me, guys.
I was worried. No, I was not laughing.
Dice tanto que me quiere, pero in back of her head, she was laughing.
My love, I do love you, but it was just, it was kind of like what's going on? ¿No le gustó la sopa o qué?
It was all the fault because of the sleeping pill?
The Dramamine?
Dramamine. It was all the fault of the Dramamine.
You were taking a sleepy pill and you just...
Well, NyQuil to be exact.
Oh, yeah,
I was being the parents that wanted the kids to go to sleep.
I know. Wait, was that the time where like I had a freaking panic attack?
Uh-huh.
Dang, that's crazy.
We had 2 experiences, you see?
Wow.
And I did try to take care of you, not like you when you were laughing at me.
I was not laughing. Okay, I started laughing when you were laughing. Aquí estábamos.
I was not laughing.
You were not laughing? No, you were not.
I would be like, stop trying to help me. Get away from me.
Well, that's because you were all modorro. You were like, what the heck happened?
No, I wasn't modorro. Well, I was, but I was more mad at myself. But again, guys, go look at that clip.
Yes,
or that episode.
Which one was it? Ya no me acuerdo.
Yeah, but let's move on.
Okay, fine. No, okay, so back to if flight attendants should be tipped. Do you think they should be tipped? And
I would
why?
say
why
some
or
of
why
them
not?
yes, some of them no.
Okay, some of them yes, why?
Because sometimes you ask them for something and do provide the whole service. Pause. But more like, sometimes you would need headphones and some of them do carry headphones or extra headphones. Some of them do carry extra pens. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need pens. What else? I mean, that's basically it. Or like if you ask them for something, they're very polite about it and they're not like, give me a second, we'll be over there, know?
Well, I mean, they have to give you 1 minute.
Nah, but some of them do it to extreme.
Like, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Like Spirit Airlines. Have you seen those videos of Spirit Airlines? I don't want to go there. Man.
But hey, watch out. Maybe Spirit Airlines will promote us one time, man.
Wow, Spirit Airlines, I have had the best experience there.
Anytime you want to give me a free travel experience, I'm for it.
Todo por conveniencia. So no, because some of them are rude, and then yes, because some of them are very attentive.
Yeah, for me, yes.
See, like same thing about restaurants. If you're going to be attentive with me, you're going to get a tip.
Exactly.
And if you're not,
that's the only reason why you should be tipping.
Yeah, and if you're not, then you know what? So sorry. And see, that's the thing. Okay, right. A eso iba también. So flight attendants, they're pretty much like they don't start getting paid until the door closes.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So as soon as that door closes, it's like, okay, so maybe that makes sense why they're like, all right, guys, let's go have a seat. Like, come on, let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, they do have a time period, right? So like a flight has to head out and they can not be like backing everybody else up too. So
what do you mean backing everybody else?
Every other flight.
Oh, like holding them back?
Yeah, holding them back. There's actually a runway that needs to be running. So
yeah, the runway needs to be running. Not making fun of you. I'm just like, because it was
there's
two of
a
the words
runway
of the
that
same.
needs to be basically, like
It needs to keep going.
Be on time. Everybody needs to be on time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, again, nowadays you hear more about it. If a flight is late or a flight gets delayed, you start getting credits and all of that. So obviously it makes sense. Okay, well, it does make sense now, like on the safety or emergency access. Like they come up to you and like, oh, are you good to open up the door for everybody else?
Oh, you mean for the able body, like when they're scanning you? And when you come in the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even when you go in the door. I mean, they literally ask you when you're sitting down too. And they're like, do you have any I was trying to say jackets or anything like in your waist. They're like, no, you got to put it up.
Yeah,
you basically have to be free hand.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah. And there's, if you say no, that you don't want to, if you're not willing to support during an emergency, they'll remove you from your seat. Capable. Yeah. They'll have you reassigned to another seat.
Even though when you book the damn seat, it tells you beforehand. But people sometimes don't read like me.
Imagine. Oh, but I love sitting there because like the leg room is amazing.
Y eso que te cobran más, eh?
They do.
And it's like, hey, I'm providing service for everybody else.
I know.
Where's my tip?
I'm like, give me first class right there. No, but it does. It's just like, it just feels amazing because it's kind of crazy how little legroom you have now. Like your knees are practically touching the other chair now.
No worries. Once we're going to get to wait to whatever weight you wait, you're going to get booked for, a much amount of you're going to be paying for it. So
wait a minute. So they're going to start weighing you now?
Yeah, basically whatever your weight is, that's what they're going to be charging you to fly.
So if right now,
again, it's in the works, but
imagine, okay, so right now, oh man, I'm going to have to get skinny.
Yeah, you
imagine 150. No. Okay, so right now I will be paying $185.
I don't know how much it's gonna be, but that could be an example. Imagine you're gonna pay for every pound.
Dang, and that's here in the U.S.
That I know of, yes.
Wow. Well, since we're talking about planes, did you know that planes are designed to be struck by lightning?
Planes are designed to be struck by lightning?
Yes.
Not the commercial planes.
No, you don't think so?
No, well, there is some planes that go into like the hurricanes and stuff. And I would say, okay, those are meant for that.
Well, I saw that it was like, it just said airplanes. They didn't specify which one, but I guess they're designed to be struck by lightning because I guess it's more common than what you think.
I mean, I would say they're capable maybe, but I wouldn't say, oh yeah, let me drive my plane up in the air and let it hit the lightning, I
mean, they have autopilot. They can probably do like a drone, like a pretty big airplane and test it out.
I mean, maybe, but I know there is some airplanes for, for like climate control or climate. Going to the hurricanes.
Yeah. And the last one that I have, I always wondered why we have to put our devices on airplane mode.
Funny you say that because obviously you don't. I think there's been a lawsuit or something like that about somebody using their phone on the airplane, and they're like, oh, if they were so bad for the airplane, so what's the reason we have them on board? Why you don't take them away from us? Because somebody got in trouble for using their phone in the airplane.
Oh, see, and sometimes they allow you to go on the Wi-Fi and you can still text. I mean, I don't know how Wi-Fi and then the satellite and all that stuff works, but supposedly it's so that it doesn't interfere with like any communication from the aircraft to, I don't know, maybe a tower.
Yeah.
It
could be that they don't want you to expose something up there.
Oh, like take a picture?
Yeah, a picture or something going on.
Well, regardless, you can still use your camera when you're on airplane mode.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's going to go out because you don't have no service. It's an airplane mode.
I can see what you mean. Like if there's like a tragedy going on, you can't broadcast it right away.
There's a UFO on your right side.
Man, they can't hide that anymore. But yeah, those are some of the fun facts that I saw about airplanes.
Attendants.
Well, it started with flight attendants, but then I'm like, oh, airplanes this, airplanes that.
Yeah, recently I seen as well, there's somebody that created, I think it was Japan or a country on that side, that created a bicycle capable, I don't know, I mean, it's a bicycle airplane just about. So you're pedaling and it could fly.
Like E.T.?
Yes, does it come it has wings.
Does it come with a little basket on the front?
No, it literally has wings.
Does it come with aliens since they're real now?
No, it literally has wings. These inventors basically made a bicycle with wings and it was capable to fly.
Wasn't like the first airplane kind of designed like that? It was kind of like a bike almost.
What I've seen in history, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know 100% of the whole history about airplanes, but yeah. But this one, what I can see is like they were literally pushing it and pedaling, and it flew, because a lot of those videos, you know, we see them like they're going down hills or something like that.
Yes.
But this one was literally, they were pedaling and being pushed, and it did
go
grab air. And,
no como las caricaturas que van, and then they go off a cliff and it just goes down.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see the landing. I don't know how good the landing was.
Would you try it out?
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I would not.
I mean, there's so much technology nowadays that you can fly a lot of ways, you know? Like the drone, you know, the little things that you put in your feet, drone ways. There's like a little drone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much stuff now. So, I mean, I would feel more safe, I guess, because I'm buckled up. I'm not saying that's the best way, right? But like it kind of like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like I would be feeling safe on a bicycle and going instead of the drone. You go super quick to the right. Te das en la madre.
I feel like it's giving me right now that you were saying like that you're floating. It just reminded me. Have you ever had a dream that you're flying?
No, only falling.
Only falling. I've had several dreams where like supposedly I'm flying and like I'm doing this and like trying to go with the wind.
Swimmer.
Yeah, no, like I'm going like this and like I'm trying to fly and it feels so cool.
Damn.
What are those called? Lucid dreams that you can control what you're doing. Yeah. Maybe I can control myself while I'm.
No, please don't. You talk already enough that I don't need to go there. I don't need to bring you down from the damn bed. Well, you talking about airplanes, you know, we're on airplanes. I'm going to talk about something about freeways, I guess.
Freeways?
Yeah, because I feel like here in California, they're so behind. We always see that sign that says your tax money being in your
tax dollars at work.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't know why they haven't brought these inventions over here. So Switzerland has a mobile bridge. And the mobile bridge is used for people to go over, basically, but there are workers working underneath. So like paving and all that. So it's like, why we don't have that technology here, that we have so much freeway in California and we're always freaking being late because of these freeways being worked on.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny that you brought that up because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I was going to bring it up to you, but then I was just like, nah, he probably won't even be interested in it. But it's literally a freaking bridge. It's kind of like a bridge, right?
Yeah, it's a mobile bridge.
It's a mobile bridge. Pero como la quitan? Like, don't they still have to build it? They'll still have to close the freeway to build this thing over the freeway, right?
Yeah, but you're talking about probably minutes instead of, you know, closing a whole lane for 6 hours or more.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That looks really, really cool.
Yeah, and I even saw, like, I thought, like, you know, they closed the whole lanes, but no, it's just the lane they're working on. So you see the other lanes open and you see people going through. Then again, you know, what if we're going to say maybe for safety purposes, but again, what are cones going to do here on the freeways?
Nothing.
So that way, I would say, yes, it's still dangerous. No matter what, it's dangerous. But it's like, you know, if I'm tardy for work, they're not going to excuse me for that. And at least here in Switzerland, they're probably not thinking about tardiness or anything like that. But that's a way better way to do it. And my tax money is on work.
No, it is. Definitely. They're definitely advanced out there. I feel like a lot of, eso lo que se dice, right? That the United States, yes, we're one of the richest countries in the world, but we're so we're so far behind on technology.
Because we like to keep us dumb.
I know. But I mean, I'm just like here in California specifically, aquí por el 10, there's always freaking construction. Why is there always construction there? Well, because there's warehouses and stuff,
forget
right?
about all that. It's like we have what? We can say 3 freeways, right? One gets fixed. Then 6 months later, the other one's getting fixed. And we go back to the same situation. So it's like, come on, we got to get better. The 210 is one of the newest freeways. So I think that's the reason why we don't see that much construction, because they build it to the actual future time of like having 4 lanes on each side, you know, one going and one coming.
Yeah.
And fun fact, you guys, if you didn't know, the Hangover. Was it Hangover?
Oh, The Hangover.
Was one of the scenes where it's shot there too, because before it opened.
And you were able to see the San Bernardino Bridge? Well, I don't know if the bridge, the train bridge.
Ayala. You can see Ayala, the sign.
Oh, I think you are able to see the San Bernardino Bridge or the train bridge.
Yeah.
By the wash. Yeah. That's so funny.
But I would say that's probably one of the main reasons. Like right now in the 10, we're getting the express lane, right?
I'm so excited for that. I'm going to get myself a little express lane too.
We see the express lane from...
It's on the 91.
What is it, like Upland? No, but the 10 has an express lane, but it's more like towards the Upland area to LA. But we don't have it from the Inland Empire to, let's say, the first source is Pomona for LA County.
Yeah, I remember now. It's like where that shopping... I remember where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's again, guys, we're always in construction here in freeways.
Okay, California, get with it. So go ahead and put our Texas to work and get ourselves a, what's it called?
Mobile bridge.
A mobile bridge so that we can stop closing these darn freeways and get going. Okay, so enough of that. So I wanted to talk about, I've been wanting to tell you about this. So today we're going to have conspiracies. Well, it's not a conspiracy. It's more of I guess they call it an urban legend.
Okay.
A Russian urban legend.
Whoa.
So I don't know if you've heard of the Russian sleep experiment.
Obviously not. That's why I say whoa.
Whoa. So the Russian sleep experiment, supposedly, it's kind of like the Llorona, right? That, you know, we don't know if it's real. We don't know if it's not. Supposedly or allegedly, some Russian doctors were doing an experiment on 5 people, and they wanted to see how would humans react without any sleep for 30 days.
Okay. I would say they became zombies.
Yes. So you're right on it. But let me tell you the story first. It says that 5 prisoners of war were selected to do this experiment. And they were promised that they would be freed if they were to complete the experiment. So they placed them in this room and they would release some gas to keep them awake. And supposedly after the 5th day, they began to experience paranoia. As the days continued, they ended up pretty much just started losing their mind. There was a guy one of the people that were being experimented on, they were screaming so loud that they ended up losing their vocal cords.
Sheesh. I wonder if they started throwing up blood.
Actually, yes. I feel like you have seen this experiment, but yes, they started throwing up blood, and eventually, as the time kept going on, they were already on, a few days into already past 5 days after the experiment, and they ended up shutting off the gas. The people that were being experimented on, they were practically begging for the gas to be turned back on.
Damn. So they became addicted to it.
Yeah, I guess so. That's something that was probably keeping them alive. So I don't know. Do you feel like this is real or not?
I mean, we've seen, and again, I'm just not guessing. I'm predicting what you're going to say just because I think about it in a further mindset, vocal cord. I mean, if you freaking, throw off your vocal cord, obviously it's going to start becoming something. Mm-hmm. It's almost like your nails, when you bite your nail, starts to bleed because you don't have anything there. So no, I haven't heard of it, but I've seen pictures or, I've seen documentaries about talking about, people, scientists used to study on people. And sometimes that's what they became, like zombies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say, yeah, there had to be research, or there had to be some type of research on humanity to know what would happen.
Yeah, because they had to test it on someone, right? Like, yes, you can do it on animals, you can do it on, whatever, but you won't really know until you actually test it on humans. And the thing is that, like, there's a lot of things that we know right now because they've probably tested it on us.
Plus, there's like a lot of tortures, There's always been a lot of tortures. Like, for a fact, there's a torture like the water drop. I don't know if you heard of it, and I think I've talked about it before.
Waterboarding? Oh, the water drop one. Yeah.
Water drop. Now, waterboarding is another one, but the water drop is one that basically there's a drop that falls in the middle of your forehead, and it could, can drive you crazy. It's almost like that itch that you can get to
I know.
Just about.
Just thinking about that.
And another one that I can say, maybe, are you willing to try, is the silence room.
Heck no. Oh, I've heard about that before. I've heard the silent room before.
Again, that one you notice it, or you probably think of it like, oh, it's not so much of a torture, but imagine.
Yeah, no, I've heard of the silent room before, where it's so quiet in that room where you can hear your heartbeat.
Correct.
So you know how, like, sometimes when you're laying on the bed and you can hear your pulse. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, cuando me tapo el oído, like on my pillow.
Yeah, so imagine that. What was it? I'm sure they feed you, right?
Yeah.
And are you in darkness?
I'm not too sure how they do the procedure, but the point is, yeah, like, you're just very silent, and you can't hear anything out from just yourself. Yeah. You're tapping, your heartbeat, they're breathing. So.
And that's so crazy how, they make it so soundproof that you can literally hear absolutely everything
from you. Like, everything just that yourself. You're doing.
Everything that you're doing, it's I feel like it's probably amplified. No, I would go crazy. Well, just to end the Russian sleep experiment, there's actually a movie out. One that came out in 2019 and one that just came out a little bit more recently. And it's about the Russian sleep experiment. But in this movie, it's 4 people that were selected to do the experiment.
Pues claro, como que van a tener real people in there.
No, I'm saying, like, in the Russian sleep experiment, they said they chose 5 people to experiment on. But on the movie, they only have 4.
I'm like, I hope they have scientific, or como le dicen?
Science.
No. Sci-fi film, como le dicen?
Sci-fi?
Sci-fi film. Yeah. I'm like, hopefully they do. Sheesh.
Well, yeah. No, but yeah, I saw the trailer. It looks pretty interesting.
Pues hablando de zombies, I guess we have people experience already on themselves, trying to look like a zombie. So, have you heard about the Ozempic? Phase?
The Ozempic phase?
Yes, the Ozempic phase.
I know. I heard about it maybe about a year ago.
Really? Okay. Would you like to try that out?
Never.
You sure?
Positive.
You're in your weight loss experience.
I mean, I would rather, because I've said it before that I've tried weight loss pills.
You have said that before here?
I think I have.
Oh, okay.
I think I have. I've done weight loss pills, and it like, if you stop taking it, you're going to probably double your weight. And that's what I've noticed every single time I've taken them. I want to say maybe I've done it like 3 times. And once I stop taking it, like, my weight just shoots way up.
Okay. So maybe you're letting the people know here not to really fall under that and just try to do it normally. But yeah, basically Ozempic was never originally made to weight loss drug. It was originally made to lower the sugar levels and for people not to have, in the future, heart attacks.
Yeah.
But a lot of celebrities try to use this drug as a weight loss solution. Yeah. And then they become with the Ozempic face. And the Ozempic face basically is almost like draggy face, jawbone all looking out, and it's kind of crazy. Like, they just look zombie.
Like, they look like they're sucked in, huh? Well, there's a lot of people that that there's a lot of celebrities that are speculated that they did it because they're like, oh, I did this challenge or I did this diet or whatever. And it's just like, everyone all of a sudden is losing all this weight. So
yeah, but that's the main reason you could find out that they were doing this drug because the way the face becomes.
So is that what they're calling it? The Ozempic face?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. That, and I guess there's just like a bunch of other side effects that comes with it, especially because people are using it not, people who don't need to use it or it's not meant for them, they're using it. So they're having like all these other side effects.
Yes, correct. So a lot of people can have side effects, but the best way to basically stop from having the side effects is stop using it. And I think, a lot of people as well, they start going and using fillers to try not to have this Ozempic face. But just try to lose weight as best as you can by the natural way.
Yeah. And I feel like if you lose weight the natural way, I feel like maybe you'll have longer lasting effects. Meaning like you'll be able to hold your weight.
Correct.
Versus, losing weight hacia ¿cómo se dice?
Al cañón.
Al cañón. I was going to say then you'll probably gain the weight all over again.
Because your body still needs time to develop those bad habits again.
No, and then you know who Scott Disick is, right?
Yeah, that was one of the recent ones that it's been kind of allegedly the one that has used it.
Well, I don't know if it was Ozempic, but one of the episodes they showed like some medication in his refrigerator, and it was a weight loss thing. Pero ni estaba gordito. I don't even know why he wanted it. But yeah, he looks like all sucked in, and he just looks sick. Like, doesn't look attractive. Maybe that's the new thing, to look like a zombie.
Sí, yes, Margarita. Well, the side effects using these drugs that are not meant to be, that's what comes with it. Pero you talking about the Russian military sleep depression? Or no, sleep deprivation or sleep experiment. I know you've seen this before, but I'm going to show it to you one more time and see if you can remember what this is.
Oh, dear.
So when you first met me, you remember seeing this in my wallet?
What is that? I can't see it. I don't have my glasses. Oh, yeah. What is it? Your draft?
My draft.
Your draft?
Yes.
Your ticket to the draft?
You guys never seen one of these? It's basically the active service number.
Dun, dun, dun.
See, yes, gente. So whoever's 18 to 34, because I am 34, if you don't have one of these, can we really call you a man of the USA?
Born in the USA. I'm going to revoke it because you weren't born in the USA.
Yes, you are correct. But we're going to get more along the ways of that. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's find out what's going on with this. So back in the July 1980, under the authority presidential proclamation of 4771, this applies from people or men that were born from 1960 to that point being 1980. You're 20, technically speaking, right? So you had 6 more years. You were supposed to supposed to register under the website, U.S. Post Office, or diplomatic office. So you were supposed to register to serve on the Selective Services, basically the draft of the military. If you haven't done that, that's what I'm saying. Are you really a man of the USA? Because I think a lot of us, or most of us, are not registered.
And it's only men, or is it both men and women? Really?
Yes, only men.
I thought it was both men and women.
No. Only men are supposed to manually, at the moment, are supposed to register for the draft.
I'm like, it's okay. I wouldn't mind being discriminated against that.
Whoa. And that's, again, we're going to go back to it. That's what I'm saying. The whole saying, are you a man of the USA is because, again, we know the whole situation of are we men, are we women?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm just saying we know of that. But no worries. If you haven't manually registered for your service number, for your active service number, it's okay. Because House of Representatives have passed a bill for you automatically to be enrolled on the draft if you're 18 to 26, guys. So you guys are going to become the men of the USA now.
Well, that's new news to me because I thought you were already like automatically registered once you were 18.
Exactly. But you probably know this. And again, where I'm going to go in it, guys, no, I'm not going to say that I'm like, oh yeah, whoopee, I'm jumping up and down because I'm registered, right? No, but I'm going to say something else as well. But first, let me say this. The only reason why I'm really registered to be active is because, as Margarita said, I was not from the USA, or eventually I wasn't. But in 2016, my dad told me, okay, you have to become an American citizen because I did get my green card in 2001. But we're not going to go too far into that. We've done it before. And the main reason why my dad told me I had to become a U.S.A. citizen was because he said I was going to have programs to help me to go to college. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the major reasons why I became a U.S.A. citizen, okay? Moving further along, when it was getting closer to my 18th birthday, well, these
recruiters
along the way, a lot for me in my high school, a lot of teachers would say, oh, don't forget to register for the draft. When you become 18, you have 30 days to register.
Really? I didn't know that.
To be drafted. That was like, it was mandatory. It was almost like, I don't know if you've heard it before. Maybe you have. I think I've heard it since then. Like even for voting, it was a big thing. It was almost like you will get penalized if you wouldn't register. That's how they brought it to my attention. Uh-huh. All right. So that was another main reason why I was like, okay, well, they're telling me I have to. And I'm already have this in the back of my mind that my dad tells me, okay, well, you need to be an American citizen to be able to get these programs. So that was one of the main reasons why I did it, because I felt like it was a step further to go ahead and be able to apply for these programs. Mm-hmm. If I didn't do it, I wasn't going to get these programs. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. But I got the programs. But guess what? I was still $40,000 in freaking debt. So was it worth it? I don't know. Yes, at the end of the day, I do not regret it. I still got the programs, and yes, I paid for the $40,000. But hey, it got me here where I'm at now, so I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm, so yeah, so back to your little spiel saying that you're gonna what? Revoke it?
I'm gonna revoke it.
Yeah, you're gonna revoke it because I'm not from the USA. You're like, no, you cannot go into the draft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, because you weren't born here. You were born in that Mexican soil. Just kidding.
And no, it's true. And
just kidding.
And again, it could be a joke for you, but again, don't take it too offensive.
It's all jokes. It's not.
No, exactly. Don't take it too offensive. Like for me to say, "Are you really an American man?" I mean, I'm thankful for everyone that has served to the military. Like that's a big thing for me because obviously I have people that have done service to the military. And something that really grinds my gears, and I've told you this before, it doesn't matter where you're at, but when you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem, when people are freaking talking or doing something else and not just having 5 minutes of respect of just show respect in those 5 minutes. That's all.
And it's not even 5 minutes, is it?
I know.
Probably
I'm giving you an example.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, it's not that long. Just, it won't take so much.
You mean the national anthem?
Both. National anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. I feel like both of them represent here America and represent the people that actually have fought for this country. And again, I would say this, like this whole active, like I'm willing, unfortunately, Margarita doesn't agree with me to go and serve the military, but I am very passionate that I'm willing to go to the military. And some of you would say, yeah, that's what you say right now. But at the moment, no, I think I see it more as like our parents, or at least my parents, I'm talking about my own self and my family. My parents came over here to represent a better life for me. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I'm giving that up. They did all that hard work, and now I'm going to go ahead and run back to Mexico just because I'm not willing to go for service. Mm-hmm. They did it as well. And I'm not saying, for example, I think I would say it more of like, depending on my family, right? You're my family right now. You're the one in my household. So you're my family. So I am going to protect what's my family at the moment. I'm not able to speak out like, oh, my parents. Obviously, if for example, if we're in Mexico, yes, I'm Mexican. And if I'm Mexico and we're stuck in Mexico, even for Mexico, I'm willing to go ahead and be passionate to go to the military because at the end of the day, I'm protecting my family. And this is what it takes to protect my family. So that's the reason why I'm passionate about it. Not because I'm trying to say, oh, I'm more man of you or anything like that. I just see the background of it as well. Our parents did fight for it. And some situations, I don't know their whole story either. I don't know if they struggled or didn't. But I think that's part of me now. And I say a joke, right? And I think you've heard me say it. I say, well, I didn't choose to be here, but our parents did.
Yeah.
And yes, I said it jokingly, but at the end of the day, yes, most likely they knew was better for them and was better for their family at the time. So I'm okay with that. And I feel like obviously you say this because again, I'm in your household and I think you're very passionate of like me not going to the draft, but you have people in your life that's been to the military. So how do you feel for them, like when they did it? Like
when they did it?
Yeah, like anything went through your mind. Obviously, maybe you didn't think about it in that period of time, but I would say you're like, orgullosa almost, or you're thankful for them to doing it, even if they had other reasons why they did it. Yeah. But like you still
I felt proud. Right? I did feel proud, and I still feel proud that they ended up going through it, and simply for the reason is because not everybody can do it, and not everybody's willing to do it. Right. Like you said, for whatever reason that they said that they felt like they had to, whether it's because I want to fight for my country or it's going to benefit me in the long run. But I felt proud because it's just something that you are going through physically and mentally. And you're going through it on your own. Right. I mean, unless if you're stationed in somewhere where you're able to see your family all the time, but for the majority of the time, I mean, I assume that you won't be placed somewhere where your family is going to be. You're always going to be somewhere really, really far away. Like, I think she has talked. I don't know if she ever talked about it, but my sister, one of my sisters, she was in the Air Force. She was in the Air Force, and luckily, she was stationed close to the family, but she was still far away, maybe like 2-3 hours away still. So that was still a distance. And then she did go on 2 deployments, and I'm sure it was tough for her. And yeah, that's the part where I'm just like, oh. And then also thinking when she was deployed, the stories that she would tell us, I was like, oh my gosh, like where like a bomb was when she was able to hear like the bombs just passing by, wherever it is that she was stationed. So of course, like I was freaking scared. That's why I'm like, and that's something that supposedly that the men are put like on the front, on the front end where there's more danger, I guess you can say.
A lot of the Latinos, why they signed up back in 2000s was because at that time, it was a bill, or it was, I'm not going to say it's promotion, but just about whoever signed up, if you're willing to do the military, and if somebody in your household, meaning like obviously you were 18, 19, you probably live with your parents, you were able to get papers for them. Like that was an easier way to get papers for them. They qualified to get papers for them. So there was a lot of Latinos, maybe losing their lives on the front line. But they knew that if they did this, they were able to get these papers for their parents. And that's one of the bigger reasons why it grinds my gears when people don't really like, it doesn't matter what race you are, like just for the 2 to 5 minutes, like just being silent and show respect to the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance.
See, like I said, like everyone joins for whatever reason, right? Whether it's for career, for their future, I guess their future, their career, or just being patriotic, and they're really proud of who they are and where they live and stuff like that. So I mean, whatever the reason is, I mean, I don't mind it, but just knowing that, you, such a big part of me, will have to, go away, Yeah, and your life is kind of put on hold.
Está ahí un poquito ya más de edad, but, she said that tiene que hacer, se tiene que hacer, in my
Yes.
And my own self.
And you have said that. And you have said that.
Yeah. I know you don't agree with that. Truly, pero ni modo.
But I mean, I know I can't hold you back. You're going to do it no matter what.
So that I guess with the whole military, right? And not offensive, but keep to spice it up, I guess. So let's say I do go to the military. Are you going to wait for me or are you going to move on?
I'm going to wait for you. What the heck?
You never know. You never know.
I mean,
obviously, if you get drafted, that means that we're like in a very, bad place around our area.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, again, guys, to move a little bit more on the happier side and not be on the sour side. That's why I brought that question out. So you're going to wait for me. Aww.
Yes, I am. Aww.
Okay. But yeah, guys, give your guys' opinion. Maybe, hopefully, if you guys write down in the comments how you guys feel about this whole situation. Maybe you learned something new that you had manually had to register on your own self and you didn't know this or you weren't aware of it. Now you do. And automatically people are going to be in the draft.
So get ready. Start doing them push-ups.
So yes, guys, that was the last one. Nos Vamos topic. I don't know if I said that before giving my spiel.
All right, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to go to Spotify and Apple Podcast and subscribe there as well or follow.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
I'll see you guys. One more thing.
Oh, what?
Don't forget, 4th of July is coming, guys. Hire your kids, hire your dogs, hire your pets because our pets are going bonkers right now.
Why the kids?
Not much. They're your kids, right?
Your wife? Yes, they're my kids.
There you go then. So while you're questioning
the babies. I think you meant like human babies. Yes, guys. Keep your babies safe. Poor babies. There's some, there's a lot of dogs that end up in the shelter after 4th of July.
Yeah, there is.
That's so sad. So check your shelters, post them, and be safe out there.
Así es, mi gente. If not, see you in San Diego.
Bye.